Welcome back to the vlog. Today is day 3 and today I am feeling so great. I've just completed a few drills, some sessions that you just saw a few seconds ago. And this wouldn't be a video without me reading a book before I start explaining my lessons. So, the book I'm reading here is called Iron John. It's a story where a young man goes away from his family and joins a mysterious man to become a big, masculine, strong little boy. So let me just put the phone down here and let me just read it all for now. This is the preface. We are living at an important and fruitful moment now, for it is clear to man that the image of adult manhood given by the popular culture are worn out. A man can no longer depend on them. By the time a man is 25, he knows that the image of his right man, the tough man, the true man, which he received in high school do not work in life. Such as man is open to new visions of what a man is or could be. The Houghton and the fairy story have passed. A water through 50 feet of soil, through generations of men and women. And we can trust their image more than, say, those invented by Hans Christian Andersen. The image the old stories give. Stealing the key from under the mother's pillow, picking up a golden feather, falling from a burning breast of a firebird, finding the wild man under the lake water, following the tracks of one's own wound through the forest and finding that its resemblance the tracks of a god. These are meant to be taken slowly into the body. They continue to unfold once taken in. It is in the old myth that we hear, for example, of Zeus energy, that positive leadership energy in man, which popular cultures constantly declare does not exist. From King Arthur, we learn the values of the male mentors in the lives of young men. We hear from the Iron John story that the importance of moving from the mother's realm to the father realm, and from all initial stories. We learn how initially it is to leave our parental expectations entirely and find a second father or second king. There is male initiations, female initiations, and human initiations. In this book, I am talking about the male initiations only. I want to make clear that this book doesn't not seek to turn men against women, nor to return men to their domestic mode that had led to disputations of women and their values for centuries. The thought in this book does not constitute a challenge to the women's movement. The two movements are relevant to each other, but each move on a separate timeline. The grief in men has been increasing steadily since the start of the Industrial Revolution, and the grief has reached a depth now that cannot be ignored. The dark side of men is clear. Their minds' exploitations of the world resources, devaluating and humiliating of women, and obsessing with tribal warfare are unidentifiable. Genetic enhancements contributed to their oppositions, but also cultures and environments. We have Defective meteorologists that ignore masculine depth of feeling as a sign man plays in the sky instead of the earth. Teach obedience to the wrong power. Work to keep men boys and entangle both man and woman in a system of industrial domination, and that exclude both genders, because I don't understand this part. Most of the language in this book speaks to heterosexual men, but not but does not exclude homosexual men. It wasn't until the 18th century that people even used the term homosexual. Before the times, gay men were understood simply as a part of a large community of men. The mythology, as I see it, does not make a big distinction between homosexual and heterosexual men. I speak of the wild man in this book, and the distinction between the savage man and the wild man is crucial throughout. The savage mode does great damage to soul, earth, humans, and kind. We can say that though the savage man is wounded, he prefers not to examine it. The wild man who has examined his wound resembles a Zen priest, a shaman, or a woodman more than savage. The knowledge of how to build a nest in bear tree, how to fly to the wintering place, how to perform the meeting dance. All of this information is stored in the reservoirs of birds' instinctual brains. This book talks about us men. We have lost our perception and our view to life. Now, these days, men are viewed as weak, not strong, not confident, and not good at all. And this explains it very well that the savage men do not care about the human, our earth, or even themselves, and don't even examine their own wound. But if you are the wild man, which I'm going to give you one advice for, it examines its wound. It's not afraid to see through life and think of, oh, what am I missing throughout my life? Why did I do this? Why did I do that? This, that, this, that. It will show you that the wild man is powerful. And it teaches us every day that we need to live like wild men. I'm not saying live like men that were dominating women at the past. No. I'm saying that we need to get back to our masculine edge. Through of us working hard, being disciplined, and working like lions, and not be those misogynistic people that think that women are not part of our lives. We don't need women in our lives. And both women would say, women, I don't want men in my lives. I don't want this in my life, that in my life, which they're all totally wrong. It's better to be not in the middle, but farther at each side. There's a bar I always say from my last channel. There is a masculine bar and a feminine bar. Both of these bars have its own values and equalities. The more you're at the M side, meaning the masculine side, the more you're driven and focused. The more you're at the feminine side, the more submissive and feminine you are to that particular person. So we need to learn how to balance. If you are in the middle, do things that are harder, that can push you to that intensity, to that exposure. But if you're a girl who is watching this, push more to the feminine side. I'm not saying that, oh, you don't need to become a career woman or this, that, this, that. It's your choice. But I'm saying, if it was a general woman who doesn't want to work hard, only wants someone to work for her, it's better for you to go to the masculine side. So, an advice that I can give you, both men and women, if you're watching this, but I'm just gonna focus mostly on men. Women, girls, go to the feminine side. Now, this, man, is the deep one. This one is deep. And I want you to journal it or paste it on your wall. If I were to die right now, as I'm speaking to the camera, what was the things that I have done that brought benefit to not only my family, my life, and my future? I can tell you the dark secret. Some of your guys know. It's simple as that. Some are living like crackheads. Yeah, I know it's December. I know that you're supposed to enjoy yourself. But what will happen if you enjoy yourself to the fullest? Meaning by taking drugs, late night sleep, pounding every night. This tree can destroy you because number one, drinking drugs, you're gonna get drunk and one day be hit by a car. Next thing, woman, you might be clapping some cheeks, but then later, you see that you're the father of that child. And being lazy as hell, you're not gonna achieve your big success that you want for the future. Now look this. I've planned this long time ago. I've wanted to put some LED lights. Then I budgeted with my money and bought these LED lights for the videos and for anything else, for pictures and like that. So it's fun. I know throughout the journey as I'm making my money, it will be hard. And I'm destined to share my feelings throughout the day, how I feel and how things would be. So after this, I'm going to go take a bath, relax myself after doing some of those drills, and you guys enjoy the vlog. But as always, still continue with the journey, and I will always and forever be always there to support. And whatever kings, there's one thing I say, that is, hard times create strong men. Peace. Damn, why is it not closing? By the way, add any suggestion you want down below in the comments. I'll be reading the comments and strategies that I can do throughout my day so that not only you get the best videos from me and more advice given to you. Make sure to follow my journey because each and every video I will be adding a valuable advice that may change your life from A to B. So remember, live well and peace.